Could Josuke survive JoJolion? No, not that one. The four. Get that one. Yeah, this one. Alright, we're going to be covering that in this video with metas, and it took a long time to edit this alongside being sick for 2 weeks, and while I'm recording this, I'm sick again. All I ask is that you hype the video. This is a mobile users thing from what I understand. It's going to be on the screen for how to do it, and then there's liking the video, subscribe if you want to stay updated, and that's about it. And thank you for all the support throughout the years, even if you don't finish this video, because it's a really large one. But yeah, thank you.
Hello, my name is Metas. You've seen me before. I have a lot of subscribers. Hi.
Yeah.
There you go.
So where should we start this off at?
Wherever. This is your version of the video. By the way, if Kaleb forgets to post this in the beginning, this is a two-parter. He's doing Josuke versus Part 8. I'm doing Kira versus Part 8. So since this is your video, whatever order you want to start off with here.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Since we're putting Josuke in Josuke's position more so, or just like everybody, like in everybody's protagonist role of all these fights, we're going to start off with, let's say, against Joshu. But I understand in terms of this big page I'm going to show up on the screen where you see all the list of stands. We could start off at King Nothing, but my issue is he beats the hell out of him. So I don't really know what more can we say. Like, this isn't even a stand issue. Like Metas, be genuine here. Like, this isn't even a stand issue, right?
So I'm gonna give you two options here in how I describe this with my PhD in this goddamn franchise. Do you want biblically accurate Josuke Higashikata power scale to the maximum, or just regular degular equal stats Josuke to Josuke from Part 8? What do you want?
Let's do first.
So you want biblically accurate Josuke. Biblically accurate Josuke would grab Josuke because he's also named Josuke. Fun fact, Noriosuke is just Josuke 1. He would grab him by the neck and just finagle him until he stops breathing because Josuke is just mini Jotaro and would beat his ass. I don't know how many times I've explained it on your channel or mine, but Josuke is like unironically one of the most versatile characters in this entire franchise. Sure, he might not stop time, but he will beat your ass just as well as Jotaro. There's so many scaling feats like the sun feat, or the amount of FTL feats in any guidebook from the manga itself or the actual physical guidebooks or whatever. Like, Josuke's a monster. So if you put him up against the guy, right, whose whole purpose is just the smelling stand, what do you want from him? Do you just want him to die? Do you want a Mortal Kombat? Like I don't. There are some stands in this franchise genuinely that Araki makes to just piss off the other opponent, and when you take him out of that environment, like it's a real life ecosystem, of course the wiener dog is gonna die to the fucking lion. Like, what do you want? And then he puts the video of the wiener dog and the lion actually being hella chill. But what do you actually want? I don't know.
I think that's what makes it really unfortunate. We could go over Josuke versus Yashua. We could go over Josuke versus Norisuke. But at the same time, it's what's the goal of the conversation at this point? It's
like, how bad will he beat their asses?
Like, that
and
just
then
seems
heal them?
unreasonable.
Yeah, no, it's kind of nothing. And to just kind of speed run it, just for the early guys, Paisley Park has nothing. She's Google Maps the stand. King Nothing, it's a smell stand. It does nothing. Doggy Style's entire existence is just to unravel Mamazuku Rai like a banana peel, or that's a bad example, like a orange peel, I should say. Some of these stands in Part 8, in specific to Part 8, mind you, are virtually useless. So if we really want to get into an actual starting fight, just going off the list, because I have it too, Joshu is the first stand that can probably give him some trouble if he's biblically accurate. But if he scales to Josuke, I think it's somewhat interesting, but I think it basically boils down to the fact that I think Josuke is just overall smarter than most of these characters, and especially Joshu. Joshu is a dumbass when he fights. He might be a nothing burger of a character. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So let's say we are starting with Nut King Call and Joshu. And how I think the fight plays out is that even if you do allow Joshu to do something like take off Josuke's arm for whatever reason, Josuke has been presented so many situations where he has to be a mid-range / long-range stand user, even though he's a close-range stand user. And I genuinely think wherever you really put him, because there's no white room scenario for Joshu versus Josuke. Josuke's gonna be around for everything, and I think he's just going to beam him for the most part. Not like Kamehameha beam, but like punch into the ground. There's a bunch of rubble. He can just keep on throwing whatever he wants and just keep on running away if he wanted to. Because Josh is gonna be like, "Yo, you can't keep on. I'll dodge some of these," and it's like, yeah, but there's gonna be a point where I'm gonna get to you anyways. Because like, say it does hit you. Okay, now there's blood on the rock, and this is rubble where it was originally all together. So now I'm gonna restore it. Now I have your blood, and now I'm gonna do like a Kira heart with rock right to the chest, and you won't even see it coming.
The crazy thing everybody forgets about Josuke's character is he technically does have a one-shot ability. Remember Angelo, how he fused him into rock?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Josuke can do that to like technically anybody. He just it's one of those Arakiisms where Araki makes like a really powerful ability, then he goes, ah shit, wait a minute, I totally messed this up. I did not foresee how overpowered restoration can be in certain environments. So like, depending on how you want to see it, maybe throughout the course of this little video, this video is not going to be little, where we want Josuke to be the most interesting. It's like, if we give him his full kit, like big brain him, just biblically accurate style, Joshu's not going to do shit. He's going to either get melded into the floor, or because he's just a mini Jotaro, he's going to fire something from long range and just clip Josuke or Joshu, I mean. So it's just like, it's really nothing. He's not going to be one of the premier threats. There are other stand users on this list who are much more deadlier, much more deadlier than Joshu. So it's just like, this is like an easy early dub for Josuke in terms of the overall list.
I think no, definitely with the fusing stuff. I know that like we didn't necessarily get people as bad as Angelo. We didn't have anyone that has affected Josuke as much as Angelo, also because Angelo kills his grandfather. So that's like a level of rage that he taps into for this specific thing. So it's like he's in the unfortunate cases, I still can see Joshu getting fused anyways, or just like really, really bad stuff in general happening to him, at least to Rohan's level, because Joshu is an instigator. Like to his own con.
Oh
like,
no.
He's going to be all like, "Oh, look at this stupid, ugly." Do you think
first frame it's going to be your Pompadour looks stupid and it's just over? Do you really think that?
Genuinely, when it comes to Joshu, I think he is going to be, because he is he's an asshole. He's like such an instigating asshole. But it's not like instigating like getting two other people to fight. He's like causing the instigation with himself, even he in a disadvantaged position. And I'm like, no, bro, because you're gonna say, "Oh, look at this guy's with this stupid ass haircut," and then he's just gonna beat the shit out of him.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
And even if Josh was all like, "Huh, I baited you, I got rid of your foot," and then Josuke's going to go like 20 times harder. It wouldn't matter.
Rage baiting gone wrong.
No, exactly.
Like letters.
And it's so unfortunate because we don't have characters usually as stupid as Joshu can be. But yeah, no, it's a very unfortunate for Joshu. He's cooked.
I think Joshu out of all the characters on this list is one of the ones who doesn't have a win con. Like, I genuinely can't think of one.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Josuke himself has so many goddamn options. It's stupid. It's so stupid. Like, he's equal to part 8 Josuke in terms of like all of his stats, whatever. If you want to go down that route too, it's like he's still smarter. He still gets angry.
Yeah.
He still has like buffs to himself that can overcome Joshu. It's like whatever way you want to throw at it. If there is a Nut King Call fan out there, I doubt that exists.
Of course
it's
there
not.
Of course there are.
there's a fan of every Pokemon. There might be a fan
Yeah,
for every
exactly.
stand.
Joshu has like a little cult. It's
Yeah, I don't think he wins. I think this is a nothing burger. GG's, Josuke wins.
we
Ding
can.
sound effect.
What are we gonna? Hold on. What are we going? Are we going on? We're going to Paper Moon King in Tsurugi.
Okay, Tsurugi is just psychological warfare.
It
Now this
is.
one's interesting. So, do I think, in my PhD in power scaling for JoJo's, think that Tsurugi has a win con here? Yes, but it's really dumb. Tsurugi actually makes Yasuho and her senses like can't differentiate between how many buses are in the road. So depending on where this fight takes place, Tsurugi could actually mess with Josuke's senses to such a degree where Josuke gets ran over and then gets isekai'd back into his own world if you want. But that's the only way I see Tsurugi winning, if like the scenario just allows him to like put Josuke in a spot where he just is too confused to fight, and then he just gets ran over by something or any really object that there's too many in one spot that could be deadly to him ends up affecting him. Aside from that, Josuke is incredibly smart, and the fact that Crazy Diamond could yet again, looking back at the infamous scene of the glass heart, could just track down Tsurugi if he finds an object nearby that is related to Tsurugi and just tracks him down like that. There's going to be a lot of tracking down in this video. It's a weird constant in part 8 for whatever reason. Everybody thinks like Blue Hawaii is like the highway star fight of part 8, but it's like there's multiple of this in this scenario for like just because of how Josuke operates. So I think for the most part, if you do biblically accurate Josuke or just comparable Josuke, I think he will just outsmart Tsurugi and eventually just get in close proximity. But if we do this a little bit more in character, Josuke has the ability of just being like swag out chill with Tsurugi, and they just become homies. Like that is genuinely a one con if you want to do like a little bit more in character thing.
Oh
there.
yeah, he's a great vibe for the most part. I think like even in the situation, because Tsurugi didn't necessarily like want to hurt Yasuo for whatever reason. Like it's just
he's
like
just being a kid.
Yeah, and in addition, I'm like I don't think because we're putting Josuke in the position of Yasuo, but it's all like I obviously it's like but how would he would not, he's not letting no kid do no shit to this, like him like this. Like it's
I think your hair looks stupid. All right, I'm beating this 5-year-old up.
Like unfortunate, like because he can't full punch this kid, but he's gonna be like,
why can't he? Can just restore him for later.
I'm gonna sweep the legs. Don't do that again. Like I'm leaving. Don't bother me.
I'm gonna play footsies with you. Hit you with the Ryu fucking down.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweep.
I'm hitting you with a crouching heavy. Like don't bother me again with this shit.
I'm gonna put you in the. I'm gonna do a corner combo to this 5-year-old. Watch. No, I don't think he would do that.
After Paper Moon King is California King Bed, and I'm like,
yet again, I think the same scenario. It's just memory loss. Wait, this woman. I'm around this lady, and I keep losing my memory. I think she's a problem.
Yeah. I think his assessment's gonna be a lot better than Josuke 8's because he's already gone through a whole part technically, you know, like if we're doing this, and it's like he's already gone through his entire part, and Josuke kind of got scammed because he was too nice.
Oh right, yeah, he was like, too nice. He was way too nice. Already had his memory lost, so he's working with nothing.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, a lot of the psychological stands, it just depends on like the intelligence. I guess a good question to ask, right? If this is biblically accurate Josuke versus just two Josuke's that are the same, the question would be, could Josuke do it faster if we think part 4 Josuke is smarter than part 8 Josuke? Because that's an interesting question, because I think part 8 Josuke is pretty smart, but do you think part 4 Josuke is smarter than part 8 Josuke? Or how are you feeling on that one?
It's one of those situations where it's like part 8 Josuke at the end of part 8, if he was to go through similar things, like let's say Paper Moon King and what's Dynasty? California King Bed, every stand he's ever fought is just in an alternate version of it, he's going to go through that way easier than his first time around because
Okay.
he's learned so much. That's why I'm like, because I did give credit so much on Gappy where he's like an extremely smart stand user, but all of the situations he had gone through throughout the part had just been based on like, okay, well, how was he supposed to know that? And he does figure shit out, but he doesn't have any basis because he was just born yesterday. like he's so new to the world, and even then he still cooks. So I think I'm gonna like Josuke 4 at the end of part 4 is gonna be for sure smarter than Josuke 8 and the time that this stuff happens. Like that's obvious, but at the end of it, that's different. That's a lot different, especially because the level of stand user is different in part 8 too. And they're really like they're bozo like they're really, these are some zany ass abilities.
Yeah, I will say this for anybody wondering, just like in terms of scaling, the original universe is a lot like more stat heavy, while the Steel Ball Run universe is a lot more like ability and hacks crazy because like I said in the beginning, biblically accurate Josuke in terms of speed and AP and durability is just vastly higher than most of these guys, unfortunately. Until you get to Wonder Review, and then that whole fucking scaling mess shows up. Wonder Review, boo!
Yeah, exactly.
Boogeyman. So when we get to him, we'll get to him. But yeah, for the most part, this is just Josuke trying to figure out everybody's abilities. And I just, unfortunately, Paper Moon King and California King Band are just one of those things where I think, regardless of whatever version of Part 4 Josuke you use, will like eventually figure it out and just win because of Crazy Diamond. It's just I personally think that.
Yeah, I agree.
So are we gonna do Walking Heart? Because I don't. This might be also a nothing. But I like Hayato, or not Hayato, fucking Hato. I love her. But what are we doing here?
We're gonna make the point to say that of everyone who we mentioned besides Joshu, she put up a way better fight.
Yeah, she kind of low key. She a bad bitch. She's stunning. She one of the girlies.
Yeah,
I won't lie.
Like it's just we're putting Josuke as the situation, and it's like even if she had like her combat speed and she could for real kick out and all that, it's like but it's Josuke though. Like it sounds like it's like, oh, but it's Goku, but it's like it is kind of like that. Like that is the situation. We had him fight against Star Platinum temporarily. Like it was a small little scuffle, but
he was able to hold his own.
That's Star Platinum, dog. Sometimes a little bit of scaling goes a really long way.
I could make it worse. Or better? Question mark? I don't know how I feel about this. So I did a video recently talking about how in the JoJo Winter magazine, it kind of argues. I'll throw you the scan in post where it argues that Part 4 Josuke is not Part 4 Josuke. Part 4 Jotaro is as physically as strong as his Part 3 counterpart. So you could actually argue here, at least in the modern JoJo power scaling landscape, that Josuke is even stronger. So him fighting Part 4 Jotaro is even more impressive now than it was previous. So biblically accurate Josuke versus Walking Heart, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like the heel will go through a wall, and then Josuke is gonna be able to just like grab it midair and just like, I'm gonna yank you. Now if it's relative Josuke to Gappy, she might be able to wound him, but I don't think it's going to be anything too devastating. And plus, you're giving Walking Heart a lot of credit in terms of that fight. So I like her. She's cool, but I genuinely don't think this is going to be any interesting than the previous fights. But I won't lie, the Higashikatas here are kind of getting folded. He's really showing him who the best Higashikata is, dog.
Yeah.
Like unironically, like he OG. He big broing all of them. Like just that's the reality
with Josuke 8. Like he did a similar. Like he's just all like, you know what? I think I'm the big dog now. And he was. And it's like, oh shit, okay, I guess we're gonna have to just answer to this guy.
Yeah, no, but he's a goddamn animal.
We do have
Now we get into the
I was thinking
interesting
about
bits.
it. I'm like, should we go over this at this point because like he's such a powerful one, but I think it's good for especially for like the retention.
Yeah, the
But
retention rate, unless you've cut it all out for this.
speed fucking king, dude.
Genuinely, probably up until I want to say maybe when we get to vitamin C, it might be here in a few minutes. This one's an actual good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because the weird thing about Jobin is, right, from a power scaling perspective, is that Jobin, we never really saw the full potential of the character.
Yeah.
He was never ever in a proper stand fight, and when he was fighting absolute fodder. Like I forgot how to pronounce his name, but he's a fun stand user is Ojiro. Thank you. I'm terrible with Japanese.
No, you're good.
Ojiro was not a good way to set up the scale of what Jobin was fully capable of, because he really, do you know how insane it is to transfer heat through a fucking phone wirelessly? That's an insane feat. Like, genuinely, I do not know biblically accurate Josuke or comparable to Gappy Josuke would actually be able to handle something like that. Like Jobin would be able to touch anything, and then like Josuke accidentally touches it, like, Killer Queen style, and now Josuke's hand is melted away, and now he can't regenerate it, or I guess that's not the proper word to use, or put it back to its previous state with Crazy Diamond, because of course he can't heal himself. He can only restore other characters or other people on their stance. So it's just like this one's a pretty difficult one, because he technically can one shot. Like Jobin, aside from like actual not statements or feats, I should say, and stats, is the only hindrance here. Like, in terms of ability, I have to personally say I think Jobin has the better ability. I don't know how controversial that is to say, but like the fact that he can just make things heat up to such a degree that it can kill the human body is genuinely one of the most insane abilities in the franchise. And to add some author statements behind this as well, Araki thinks the simpler the ability, the stronger it is. And Jobin has an incredibly simple ability. And also, I think I also can provide this to you as well. The reason why we didn't see Abdul with any more crazier fire feats is because I think Araki, I have to find the quote exactly for this, so you'll show up in post, I think, is that fire is one of those abilities which is just super cracked. So Speed King himself is part of a very interesting category of like personal Araki scaling, where Araki thinks like these guys are too overpowered. And I think, looking back at the previous, like, I said it earlier, Araki isms, where he makes an extremely powerful ability but doesn't bring it back up again, is with Jobin. I think this is one of the very few examples where he like makes a character and goes, I could easily make them overpowered, but I'm not going to show them off. Yeah, I think that's just what Jobin does. So I think, in a weird way, because this would be a close encounter fight, if we're not doing biblically accurate, because I do think he'd be able to outspeed him and then clock Jobin. But if this is like comparable to Gappy Josuke, shit, I might give it to Jobin. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I genuinely think he could actually ice him.
I think definitely when it comes down to the fight, I think a lot about what does it look like in the perspective of Josuke, to where you're throwing out a stand barrage, but this guy is like, he's just reaching his arm out. I think in that moment, Josuke, with his experience with Kira, is going to just be like, whoa, hold on, wait, nah, let me pause and gauge the situation. Why do you keep doing that? Like, you're not punching me like how I'm punching you. You're trying to just get a hand on me. What's up?
You're doing setup here. I'm scared in the corner. What are we doing?
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
backdashing.
And I think because of that, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, so you're smart. And Jobin would have access to like anything around him for the most part, but
I genuinely
think he just wants to close the gap for the most, like, when it comes down to it.
Oh, I think this remember, like I said previously, audience and Kaleb, he can touch anything, and then by you touching it, you get severely heated up. The heat exchange ability that Speed King has is stupid deadly. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that he just heats up the ground, and Josuke literally has to play a game of the floor is lava. Like
I was thinking about that.
it's wild. Remember, this is kind of a GR situation where it's like, what are the limit fallacy or the no limit fallacy of Speed King? Because it can get pretty stupid here depending on how you want to do this fight. It really can. This might be a case where Speed King does in fact win and beat Josuke in either scenario, biblically accurate or just comparable to Gappy. It could, honestly.
I think he has to with Speed King though. I think the stand itself can only directly affect objects within 10 centimeters of itself. But
unless it's a phone,
but it can store. No, that's the thing. It can store it. Yeah, like so. Yeah. You can store whatever it is. Like in the same way that we had Josuke throw rocks at Joshu. He could if Jobin had a rock and he threw it. It could explode from the heat alone and just turn into like a fake version of shrapnel for Josuke. And then he's like, okay, well, what the heck? But then in that moment, like he could close the gap. Like the main thing is that Jobin's like, I'm gonna try to get my hand on you, effectively. I can do stuff around it, and Josuke's gonna just use his restoration ability to keep on keeping him away from him. But I think it's easier for Josuke to get a clean hit off than it is for Jobin to kill Josuke. Because I think Josuke can set himself in situations where it's like, okay, all I need to do is get like one good shot in, one good kick in, because one good kick in the anime, disassembled. We saw Kira just like, oh, okay, I'm out. Like
he folded.
I'm knocked out.
Hold on, let me bitch at Kira real quick. Kira is a bitch though. He does not know
that is true.
That might not be a
not
good
about
example.
Shit. But Jobin has gone. I think Jobin probably went through more in his life, especially with how he moves.
Is this now a who's more vetted, Jobin or Kira?
That is a good question though.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I genuinely think out of everybody on this list, I think Jobin is like on the top 3. Josuke might not win because of just the ability itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think personally, I will say biblically accurate Josuke clears Speed King just because of raw speed alone. But if it's like Josuke comparable to Gappy, I think it's like one good touch and it's like, oof, we're in danger zone. You got touched of death. You're like, we're in Smash Bros territory. You're gone. Bayonetta. Like it's over.
He's technically like a worse. He's technically a worse Killer Queen in terms of stand because no sheer heart attack. But he's also technically like a better user than Kira because I think he's more vetted.
Yeah. No,
that one's probably like a lot more contentious than any of the other ones.
Yeah, it's a probability fight. I would say. Yeah, very interesting.
What are we supposed to do about
what?
What are we supposed to do about 3 leaves?
God,
like, do we just do what do we do? Like,
we'll do it for the girlies. We'll do it for the girlies in the background that like Mitsubu. It redirects things, I guess, but can't really do anything to either version of Josuke in this scenario, because it's really weird the fights that Yasuho. I don't know what Araki was thinking with Yasuo in most of her fights, because it's like Josuke is like the physical, like combative guy that we're classically conditioned to, and then Yasuho's fights are like this psychological. Kaleb and Post put up the image of SpongeBob and Silent Hill. That's what Yasuo deals with half the goddamn time. She's like, Josuke, I'm fighting all these guys in one-on-one combat or running from them to figure these things out. Man-made horrors of beyond my comprehension.
And she has to go through this shit dolo. Like, it's like, what the fuck? What's going on?
What? Oh my god! But Awakening 3 Leaves just redirects most of like the attacks or the physical objects in a nearby area. Dope as hell stand. She was aura farming during her fight with fucking Dr. Wu, but all it does is vector manipulation, and I don't really think in terms of what this fight is gonna be interesting. I don't I don't see any possible like win conditions with her just because of how vetted Josuke is in this scenario. And I think she can only direct things one at a time, depending on the access. So it's just like, I think Josuke for the most part is just gonna, in either case, speed. Almost said spleen blitz in one shot, spleen hit. But it's not going to really do anything. Josuke has the ability to make defensive capabilities as well. I'm sorry, girly pop. You're kind of washed here. This is not a fight for you. You are not fighting dust.
I think he's gonna be. She can throw more. Like let's say she's doing all the shit where she's manipulating the air, gravity and all that. Fine, even if it was like a bit more further than that, just throw Josuke across like the whole room. Like just keep throwing him. I don't really like. He's gonna get annoyed. He's gonna be like, okay, fine, and then throw him again. It's like, all right, oh my gosh, I'm not getting damaged enough, but this is really annoying. And
just
you can get to that point.
Baits out the super, bam.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just like, dude, y'all really dragged this fight out. Why? What I will give credit for, especially, I think it's just it's definitely a time thing. If Mitsuba was in part 3 leaves would produce like genuine leaves that were like, oh, this one's can be made like out of steel or some shit. Like it would like everything turns into a leaf alongside this vector shit. Like it would be a lot different.
I think the reason why she got this stand was because Araki was like, Dr. Wu is too overpowered for Yasuo. I need to do something. So he's just like, I'm just gonna make an ability that shoots dust in any direction just to get this thing going. I genuinely believe that.
Which makes me think, I'm like, legit, throughout all that has been experienced, and I understand it's supposed to be like character specific, they should have given Yasuo like, I don't know,
something more.
Like just something like oh, this is
that makes me laugh.
This is the Paisley Park piece. I'm strapped up now, and then like just like
I got this thing on me, Josuke.
This bullet will find you.
What is it, Yasuo? A fucking 9mm to the dome, bro.
Nah, they gotta give her like a Desert Eagle. It has to be like a stand Desert Eagle. It's like, okay, these bullets finna go through this Google Maps. It will find you. That would be busted. Like she just has Emperor again. Like
she could do that because Josuke was able to. Well, I don't know. Maybe that was because of the bubble. That's still contentious. I don't know if the bubble was able to transcend like spatial dimensions. That one's still being argued. But if that is the case, damn, she probably needed like some iron on her, bro. I have no idea why she didn't do that in the first place. She's just a girl.
It would go a lot different. I promise.
A gun would have changed most of these fights.
I think she probably would have just shot Joshu like half the time. Like it's like
he deserved though.
And he would not he wouldn't speed blitz the gun either because he's gonna be all like, hey, what you doing? After that, he don't even notice that she already has this shit pointed at his feet. Like, bro, I already shot you.
SBR versus gun level, so it actually makes canonical sense. It's not even like a reach. It's not like that whole Naruto discussion where it's all like a gun would have been able to change the fight against Hashirama and Madara. No, that's not how that works. But here, maybe. So I guess we can. Are we really gonna talk about Kato?
Space trucking the space.
Are we? First off, she really named her stand after that song. Kind of crazy. Are we? This is a nothing burger fight. I think. Like, what is she gonna do? Pull out an axe to fight the guy who can mold her into the ground? Are we really gonna have?
He can put the shit back into the phone. Like he's like, go back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
do that.
What are we doing here?
Like don't do that. Don't send that shit out. She could. That's the craziest part. She could pull out like a whole ass like nuke, not a nuke, but like just something. And then he's gonna whoa, that looks dangerous. Okay, put that back.
We're noob Kato like noob tubes her Black Ops 2 style.
It's just like she just throws out a pipe bomb that she's had on her.
I don't know what she has in her little like.
That is the thing. We don't know what she has on her.
Like at most she has melee weapons, but like this is Josuke we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like regular Josuke has hands against the twins, so I don't think Josuke is really going to struggle against another Higashikata. This is like I think we can come to the conclusion if it's Josuke versus the rest of the Higashikatas, Jobin's the only one really doing anything.
Yeah.
Sadly or fortunately enough, depending on how you're thinking about this.
So we're skipping the next one, and we're gonna go on to
What a review! Pain.
We're gonna go on to fun.
So I'm gonna pull an X-Fort quote out of my ass. The stand is ass. What are we doing here, man? Like we're really just leaving like pins of metal on the floor, little pieces of glass, just on things. Like what are we doing here? What do we do we think this is a fight? Like genuinely?
Yeah,
Against
like
the guy who can restore objects? Oh no, a few like sharp pieces of glass on the floor. I just remade it into its cup form.
dude,
What do we
he actually this is he already dealt with Surface. Wait, no, Surface? Yeah, Surface. So Hazmata stand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so first of all, you have to wound them, right? So you're not. I mean, if this is the exact like first chapter like situation, Josuke can easily like, bro. First of all, I healed you.
Yeah.
So then all of the injury shit's out the window.
Yeah. If it's a story based fight, it's just like I healed a naked woman in the bathtub. Hey, what the hell is happening here? I cut my arm on this thing and then I lost control of it. Oh, so don't touch anything.
Yeah.
If it's not that, I still don't think Josuke is gonna struggle here because it's like, how we're really gonna think this guy's gonna accidentally cut himself? Really?
No.
I don't think Josuke's that dumb. Like the other Josuke, yes. I think Gappy's more of a silly little goober compared to Part 4 Josuke, personally speaking.
Yeah, it was his first chapter. Like it was like it was so
he's a
new.
baby. He literally just woke up from getting buried like a few days prior.
Yeah.
Like, really? I don't think Ojiro and Fun are really gonna like make Josuke struggle in any regard. Like I don't really have to power scale this one like at all. I just think Josuke's abilities are just better. And it's like Josuke can just break the walls if they're in like Kira's house to just beat his ass. He's done this before. I don't really think this fight is really worth talking about, personally speaking.
Yeah,
honestly.
He won't have to remove no friction. He could legit just like he just punches upwards. And then Ojiro's gonna be like, oh shit!
He got hands. This is not a joke. He knows how to do things.
I know that Fun later on gets the ability to like mark people without them having to be injured. But
yeah. Crazy upgrade, by the way.
It is a crazy, yeah. It is a shout out to him for grinding that shit out.
Rocky realized this guy's a fraud, man. I gotta do something with him.
But it didn't really help him so much. Regardless, I think we're gonna put him in the exact situation. It's like no, Josuke 4 is whooping his ass.
It's Freddy Krueger. It's like that scene in The Shining. It's like, oh my god, it's just Josuke. Now we get to real threats. Another one for attention. Yes. So I think K and Born This Way. Hold on, I can actually now open this goddamn tab that I actually have to look at. I think Born This Way is one of those stands where it's like, yet again, like Jobin is like one of the more serious ones because the sheer fact that when you open a door or open a pen, just the fact of closing and opening something, the stand will appear automatically and then freeze the surrounding area is pretty nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do we think that Josuke could restore the pen or the door or the object that is being opened or closed, puts the stand away? I don't exactly know. What are we thinking here? Because if not, this fight actually gets pretty crazy. I think so, because I don't know how Josuke is going to deal with the freezing ice, wind that's happening here. I think the second of its kind, if I'm remembering correctly, other than oh my god, what's horse? Is it Horse's stand with the bird? I'm forgetting stand names. Oh my god,
Horses?
Is it Horse? Is Horse the one that can make ice?
Horus. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
horse.
with pet shop stand.
Yeah. Thank you. I was forgetting. I can remember the stand, never the stand user. It's a bad habit of
I
mine.
thought you said horses. I was like, who the fuck is horses?
Horaces.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like when you try to say metas is because there's so many S's. Yes, there is the S. If you call me meta, I take it as a slur. Get away from me. Put the S there. It's there for a reason.
I think so yeah, with Born This Way, we're going to have I think as soon as he knows, because he's gonna figure this out immediately. Like if he doesn't figure out on like the first door being opened, it's gonna be the second one. And he's gonna be like, okay, so as if doors are opened, if anything's open, this freaking stand is gonna come through and try to mess up my day. And he is going to get iced out, I think, for a bit. Like it's gonna be annoying, but I think after that point, he won't have to worry about anything after that, because I think he's gonna set it up in like a bad company type of situation where I'm gonna purposely have a door open. Like I'm gonna open this door, but what you don't understand is that I broke down the walls in the house, or I broke up the floor in the house, and I set it up to where these are all sharp objects that are pointed exactly towards this door. And, you're going to try to avoid it, but then even with all the cold shit, I'm going to get involved too, because I think it's one of those unfortunate headcanon areas where it's like, could Josuke figure out a way to keep himself warm? Not warm, but just like keep himself unobstructed when it comes down to setting himself up for the perfect scenario to get it over the stand. But I think all he truly has to do is set up like barriers in a sense. Like it's gonna fill out the room immediately, and Born This Way is gonna come through. But if he has,
Oh wait,
huh?
if he puts himself in a barrier and then he opens the barrier, that's technically procking the stand,
Yeah, that would.
right?
I think
So,
no, that's why I'm saying he needs like a wall, like not like a barrier that completely surrounds him, but just like a wall that like lifts up upwards.
You know
From
what's
the ground.
crazy? Breaking the video's consistency. I'm listening to JoJo music in the background. Josuke's theme is playing right now.
Oh, really?
Just a random tidbit. While I make videos with people or by myself, I listen to JoJo sometimes, and it's just his theme playing right now.
I give you so much credit on that, because I can't, like, if I play music, my brain scrambles because I'm trying to like make a point.
It puts me in the motion, twin. I start to vibe with it.
But
that being the case,
it's opening like everything, right?
Yeah.
It's not opening your eyes. It's opening like a door. If you open your phone, if you open up objects.
Yeah, it's object based. But to give Josuke some leeway here, I think how the stand works initially is that K has to touch him, so it has to proc, which I don't think is like a crazy thing. Like, oh, a cute girl walks up to Josuke and touches him. Being how old is Josuke? 15? 15, 16?
Yeah, he should be like at the end of part 4. He's like what? He's 16, turning 17 or something.
Yeah, so like a girl touching him is not gonna like be a crazy activation proc.
You will look at it sideways though. Like I think
he's like, what is this woman doing?
At the end of part 4, he's just like, especially if we have in the situation where he's taking out stand user after stand user. But I think it's more so it can't even be that. We have to we're going off of like how would part 4 Josuke react in this situation rather than taking it all in, because if he was to fight all of them within the universe and it's like all happening just on days
not let this woman touch me.
Yeah, that one, bro, he would be on edge. He's like, no, you're another stand user. Please stop.
No. Do you think well, I guess they're all technically Joseph's children in some way. Joseph has a bad thing of touching objects. Do you think Josuke inherits that? It's like,
I think he is unlucky. I think low-key, that's why I'm given the situation of like he already got.
Yeah.
Because like it's one of those things like, bruh, it's really hard to know when it's a stand user when it's not.
Yeah, it definitely is. And the fact too, I have to give credit to Born This Way. It's not an easy stand to defeat. Like no, Josuke over the course of this fight cannot physically beat down or pummel Born This Way. So like even if in the scenario where Josuke and Gappy are comparable, he can't beat his way out of this.
Yeah.
Now, is it like a sheer heart attack situation where it's like, even if we highball them and give them like, biblically accurate stats, to Born This Way, is it like a sheer heart attack situation where you can't beat it by beating it? You have to outsmart it and figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just like Jobin, once again, if Josuke can't find Kei and beat her there, I might give it to Born This Way. I do think the constant freezing and the fact that you can't beat it naturally, of course, just by beating the shit out of it, not being like win cons here, I think makes this fight a bit more difficult. It has a lot more weight than Jobin does. I think with the information given by the manga, like Born This Way definitely has a lot of things to it.
We have less shit to work with compared to Highway Star because we had Koichi there in the hospital at least, and then we had Rohan who got hit first to let Josuke know. So if this is Josuke who's in a situation where this universe is like he's not being given any grace or being helped by anybody, and he has to find out who this stand user is after never seeing them before and they don't have any sort of connection. Like Josuke 8, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going back to like the hospital, But if this was just some sort of like on the street thing, I think that's the issue. I can think of situations where it's like, okay, can I subdue Born This Way in a way? Yeah, maybe, but the issue is like whatever he opens then, I think is like a manifestation thing where it's like, okay, it's gonna unmanifest wherever you subdued it and then remanifest and then hit you again. Like it's gonna show up again. Like you can't really stop it. That's why I'm like, I don't know. It would require it if this was like a 1v1 scenario where Josuke knows
your ass is pondering. I heard the beard scratch. You went shit.
No, exactly. Man. Like it's cause like if this was a 1v1 scenario where he directly can see who the user is, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get her ass. Like this is nothing. But this is about could you find everyone you already walked past in the day, like someone that made contact with you and just like, okay, so where would this person be again? Like we would have to set this up to where he's moving in a similar way like Josuke and like the scenario is kind of like odd. So I guess it's like, I don't know. Like it's
I think it's a difficult one. This one's genuinely a pretty.
It's so in the situation. Aspect. It's like so entirely based on Josuke 8's situation and being involved in the plot.
Yeah, because I do think just because I'm looking at the manga panels too, just to just figure it out a little bit more. If he really does get his ass cornered, bro, he might just actually freeze to death. Like it is entirely plausible. I do have to say, just like Jobin, yet again saying this, like reiterating the fact, I think Born This Way does have like some pretty good win cons against Josuke here, because we don't know the full ramifications of an automatic stand like this. So even if we, biblically accurate Josuke it, he might not even be able to win just because of how the ability activates and how like the whole like freezing cold thing might affect him. I don't even know if Josuke could like restore a room's temperature. I think that might be out of the realm.
I think it's out of his pay grade.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
I know this is like all the situations because this one's like this is like an anti 1v1. Like it's not 1v1 in any of the traditional sense. And you kind of like, it's like, imagine if we had to set it up to where it's like, okay, so you have to find out who Light Yagami is because he keeps on sending like random crystals to blast you and hit you. And you're all like, now I have to find who this person is in all of Japan. And it's like, who the fuck is this? I don't know who I'm going for.
I am your sister. Of course we're going to fight each other.
No,
I've seen you before in the household that I've been adopted to. I know where you live.
Yeah, exactly. Like you would have to be. It can't just be like I dropped Josuke 4 in here. Like no, he has to like be Gappy essentially, and that's like
it's not like on my channel.
It just doesn't make sense.
it's not like on my channel where I give like a story explanation. Like if you guys don't know, on my channel as of recently, I've been doing a lot of like half story, half power scaling scenarios. And if I were to do this proper like that, it'd be like Josuke is living with the Higashikata, so he'd be able to, clue in where K is at.
Yeah.
But in a pure power scaling scenario, right, where it's like, they're fighting all across Morio, he doesn't know where she's at, and the stand activates automatically. If I am remembering correctly to that, I think it is an automatic base stand. So it's all like, what is he supposed to do? He can't track her down unless, he has a piece of her clothing or some type of object that was related to her. So it's just like, what are we doing? Unless it's like the same case at the end of the fight where, she had a pen previous, but if it's just like opening doors or taxi cabs or other objects, so on and so forth, I'm going to be honest. I think I'm actually going to give it a board this way. I think this is a.
I think this is not an advantageous position for Josuke 4. I think like there's no real way to come out of this possess. Like obviously for the people that watch it and be like, oh, but in terms of 1v1, Josuke will win. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, but that's like so blatant. That's anti-K in this case, because it's like that's not how it was meant to work for her.
Yeah. Even then, you know what? Hold on. Wait a minute. Holy shit. Am I glazing K? I'm glazing her right now. She did try to swap hands with Wonder Review.
That was the only thing that beat her.
Yes. So I'm like, I won't lie. Just like Jobin again.
No, see, that's the thing. Like the biggest hitters, the biggest hitters got smoked by Wonder Review.
Yeah.
So it's damn. How do we?
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm big braining this right now. I think Araki was kind of trying to do the whole thing of like the stands that gave Josuke the most trouble are getting washed by Wonder View, just like to upscale them. So I think genuinely, even if you were to say, okay, this won't be a long range encounter, if it's close range, I still think Born This Way still kicks ass. Because it's still, she's just now closer, but you're still dealing with the stand that's still like making the environment cold and trying to affect Josuke. So I'm like, I don't even know, even if it was a proper 1v1, if Josuke could do this. Now, of course, then you get into the whole, well, maybe Josuke's faster, biblically accurate Josuke and whatnot comparable to Jotaro. So it's like, other than that, and just maybe the overall speed advantage might be the only win condition Josuke has there in that case. But other than that, if we're not saying that's like the base argument of the fight, I think in every other scenario, I want to personally give it to Born This Way.
I think Born This Way would in this specific, like, I'm giving it where it's like, okay, if they try to fight each other with straight up hands, but if Born This Way works in the way that a smart person would, you're going to like, here's the thing. We talk about like combat speed and shit. This is a motorcycle, and I'm sorry, JoJo logic, these are people. The motor and Born This Way could literally just drive around Josuke and keep on hitting him with all this freezing shit. And it's like, okay, so let me try to think. Let me try to break this down. And K can just keep on running away from the situation entirely. And even if you say that Josuke, like, okay, he's moving like Jotaro, he's kicking off of the ground to go further. And I'm all like, that's cool and all. You don't think that the motorcycle
combat speed and travel speed are two different categories?
Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
you can't make an argument.
He's not about to shoot himself at the speed of light. Like no.
Yeah, it is, at least within JoJo's, I can say this concretely, combat speed and travel speed are two completely different things, just looking at the Dio versus Jotaro fight. So
it's like a for real motorcycle, dude. It's faster than one too, because it's a fucking stand, but man.
Yeah, I have to give it to Born This Way. I think K beats Josuke's ass. I
think it's legit. Yeah, it's like White Album. It's like White Album with wheels
on crack.
And it's just like crack. I can just leave. I'm showing up. I'm freezing. I'm leaving. I'm showing up. I'm freezing. I'm leaving.
So there's three. There's three ice stand users. You just reminded me.
And they're all broken.
They're all broken. All the temperature ones are broken. Okay, hold on. Break in the segment. Me and Caleb were talking about this. Weather report should be so much stronger. We were talking about this before the recording. I don't understand where Araki fails with the guy that can control multiple elements in the same category. But when it's individual ice and fire, oh god, they're the strongest things in the entire goddamn.
We're banking on weather report having to be somewhat of an idiot and jaded. Like, oh man, I'm just so angry. But even then, you're all like, dog, but you have Anasui. Like, how did y'all lose that?
How did you lose? Anyway, regardless, I think we're going to give this Born This Way. Very good for my girl. I do like her. I hate the fact that she got washed by Wonder Review.
Yeah, I mean, it's of all the things you're going to get washed by, especially Wonder Review, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we're not helping that. Whoever is like actually trying to, oh, let me take a shot for every time they say it. I'm not helping.
Yeah, we're not. No, he's coming. He's in the background. He's waiting. He's waiting for his victim. So I guess we can move on to. I think this is my favorite rock human.
I am a rock.
I am a rock with Yutsuyu. Very, very JoJo's ass stand. The fact, I think this is where the meme comes from, where it's like on a special Tuesday on every Friday of every month at 5:00 type ass stand. But it's just, I'm a rock just picks out an individual object and that object just collides with you. It's like Wonder Review, but like really, 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 really bad. Mm-hmm. So, to simplify that for anybody not queuing, what I'm saying is I'm a rock picks an individual object, whether that be a pine cone, so a specific type of rock, or I forgot what was in the manga in specific. I think it was just like not statues, but like cylinders of concrete. I don't know what the specific name I would give it to him. Like we're colliding into Josuke. And Noriosuke.
They had flower pots too. That's a reference to Josuke versus Okuyasu.
Yeah, I think they're all kind of flower pot-esque. It's just individual objects he chooses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is a nothing burger of a fight too. Just dramatic, dramatic switch from the previous fight, that being Born This Way, and that whole idea. I don't think anything really crazy happens here. I think, Josuke is durable in both scenarios and strong enough in both scenarios with Crazy Diamond that none of these objects are really going to give him a run for his money, at all. Like, it's like, oh no, pine cones are crashing into you at alarming speeds that are lethal to you. Here's a Dora Rush, and now it's a nothing burger, or they get crushed and they're no longer useful, or they go back to their original position, and then it just repeats the cycle over again. I don't see I can't pronounce his name. I'm terrible with Japanese. With I'm a Rock's user being
Yotsuyu.
Yotsuyu, thank you. You're always gonna have to correct me on my Japanese here. I thank you. God you're here. Josuke and Okuyasu dab up. I don't think this is gonna be like crazy. What are your thoughts? I have nothing to give on this. I'm just waffling.
It's unfortunate for Yotsuyu. I think that for whatever he can throw, first of all, it's another situation where
do we give him a car? Do we just give him the ability to throw cars at Josuke?
Yeah, even then I'm gonna be like, Josuke is gonna just okay, this is coming towards me fast, but unfortunately I am much faster.
Break down the car into a million pieces.
Yeah, like Josuke is way too fast for whatever Yotsuyu wants to throw around. Plus, again, it's another contact stand, and let's say, okay, fine, Yotsuyu sneakily had made contact with Josuke 4, right?
We'll give him advantage.
Yeah, we're gonna give him an advantage. Let's say that we got him like the issue is that it has a range of 5 to 10 meters, so
yeah.
He can't be that far. he can't be that far. He's within Josuke range of combat and like throwing. So for whatever it is, I think that Josuke is he's gonna restore it back. Like, okay, hey, let's throw whatever. He has an exact ability that's meant to go against that entirely.
Yeah. Poor rock human defeat. Is this the first rock human defeat? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Shit. there we go. We're not. It's not looking great so far. And I guess do you want to move on to Doobie Wah? I think this one's.
Doobie
I
Wah.
think this one's more interesting.
Yeah.
I think is it a
So
contact stand again? I think it is, right? I think do we have to give advantage again? I think we
is
do.
it's
Yeah, it is a contact. I
you have
hate
to
the
make
contact.
contact first and then
Yeah.
yeah. If someone if Aisho touches someone or at least touches their stand, yeah, then Doobie was going. A lot of first contact things.
Yeah, it's the psychological horror of these fights. Yet again, another Yasuho fight where she has to deal with the horrors of breathing.
Yeah.
I think this one is interesting because it is a long range stand. So you have what's the Japanese name? I can't say it for the life of me. I'm
Uh,
terrible with
wait for
I,
Doobie
I,
was or
yeah, it's Ishio. I
oh
can't pronounce these names.
Aisho.
Aisho, thank you. Aisho can be at a long range. So how Dubiwall works for anybody who doesn't know, after touching him or the stand, if you breathe, the stand will come in. And I think it suffocates you. It just does some terrible shit to your lungs. You basically can't breathe around it, or it will start attacking you. So you basically have to hold your breath in order to move around, so the stand is not able to track you. So it is pretty deadly. I actually wish we saw this stand do a lot more against a more capable fighter, because to really see what the stand can really do. I think Josuke, yet again, it's just like K, where if you don't know who the stand user is, or you can't get close enough to the stand user, I think you're screwed, honestly. And they kind of lucked out in this fight, because if Yasuho was fighting Dubiwa without Tsurugi, you couldn't do the whole bus technique, secret breathing the bus his ass
Mm-hmm.
into defeat. So I don't. It's kind of hard to call this one, I think, at least personally speaking, because it's like, if it is proper, give him advantage, he's already touched him, they're far away, and Josuke has to track him down. I think Josuke is eventually gonna get hit, because it does track you in any environment. So even if he like makes like a cube to try to protect himself, the stand will still appear there and attack him. So it's just like it's gonna get progressively more and more difficult as time goes on to try to find this guy, because you're breathing, right? You're going
Mm-hmm. And then it's gonna be a giant
yeah,
tornado coming through. I think
again and
damn,
again.
he has to would we give Josuke the knowledge of like Aisho is most likely moving with the fruit?
Mm-mm. I would say yes,
Right? Like it has to be
but
something.
I think that's too much advantage for Aisho at Dubiwa at that point. I don't really know. This is an interesting one, because this is like I think a mini Killer Queen scenario, but it's Josuke fighting like how Jotaro did in that fight. So it's just like he's
Mm-hmm.
learning as we're going, and it's not like it's the tail end. Koichi and Jotaro are able to give on the clues of how the stand works. So I don't know.
Isn't the distance pretty far too?
It was decent for like a fat minute. It is an
That's what
automatic
makes it
stand.
rough.
Yeah, I think if in close proximity, I think this is where I'll give the win con. I think regular Josuke to Gappy scaling, I think he beats him in stats and ability. And if we do biblically accurate Josuke, that's even more so. But I think the fight determines on if Aisho is in close proximity or not. I think if it's proper long range automatic uh BS, I think he does lose. I,
Yeah.
I don't I don't think he'd be able to hold his breath for long enough and get close enough to him to where it is effective. But if he's out in the open, it's clearly seen that, Aisho is Dubiwa stand user. Josuke could just hold his breath and be like, I'm about to beat your ass for the next couple seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And fuse him into the ground and make him like useless or whatever, or stagnant. And there you go. He wins in close range proximity. So I think this one is a scenario dependent, unlike
Yeah,
the other fights we had.
for sure.
I think personally.
It's one of those situations where like we have had conversations about someone like in Duel, for example, who if you put some of our greatest minds together, in Duel still beats out, like in the specific situation we had him in part 3.
Oh yeah, he snipes them all.
Beats out
He's
like
a monster.
everybody. Like it's so many stand users that he just smokes just from that distance alone.
Oh, I gotta make an end duel video, bro. He's like low key a monster.
He's
Like
busted.
he's busted.
And
You give him
like it's the way that Araki sets it up too is like like you're really willing to give someone their best possible situation to where they can't complain. Like in the most ideal sense of the situation would be if Iggy wasn't there, but obviously that wasn't the point. Like you put him out to the desert because we have to introduce Iggy, so it's like, okay, here's the risk, here's the cost, and we're doing the same thing here, but there's a lot that works with teamwork, and specifically with Yasuo fights, there's a lot of team-based aspects where it honestly puts it into question about like how much are we gonna allow Yasuo to stand on her own. But we had the Dolomite thing, so that's she. Sometimes she's the one that carries it out. But it's situations like this where it's only one person. Like we're giving a lot of liberties and graciousness towards Josuke, and even then he's still coming out of this where it's like we would have to change up the scenario for this to be better for you.
Yeah.
Like so I think at that point it's like kind of a lie. Like I get for sure people are gonna be like it's unfair. I understand it for sure. It's like it is unfair, but we're going with the idea of like, okay, but could Josuke take care of this if he was given the situation? And sometimes this specific case, it's gonna be like if they're gonna be the distance that they're supposed to be, then no. Like how are you supposed to keep on dealing with this many tornadoes? And it's like you can't even cover it. You can't cover your mouth. You can't cover it in a situation like you just as long as you're breathing. There's a giant tornado.
Yeah, you're cooked. It is chasing you down. It's a difficult fight. I can't.
We had Aisho confused with like that. It was Tsurugi. Like Tsurugi helped beat Aisho. And what is it? He made them look like it was Jobin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got really confused and stuff, and like he got hit with bus breathing.
Like like it's just unfortunate.
I think it's in the garage. Hold on, my brother showed up. Now I have to cut that or cut my audio there.
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
So yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Doobie Wah. It just depends on the scenario. If it's close range, Josuke knows who's fighting him. He figures out, oh, if I just stop breathing, I can beat his ass. Hold his breath, walk up to him, Dora rush him with either scaling. It's over. So that way he wins. If it's long range, it's like exactly a carbon copy of the whole fight with Tsurugi and Yasuo. I don't think Josuke can make it out without like holding his breath for that goddamn long. There's no way, because even then they were struggling with that constantly.
Yeah.
So I think this might be one of the few cases where the Rock Humans do that. In this little scenario we're giving him, could he survive part 8? And then we move on to the twins, and yet again another dramatic case where it goes from really intense fight to these two fucking suck.
They do.
Holy shit, man. Oh my god, these are some of the most jobber ass fucking villains of the whole franchise, bro. I have the ability to swap things for my hand. Oh god. And poison ball. Josuke, this is one of the funniest fucking moments in like the whole franchise where Josuke is not beating their asses with soft and wet. He is beating their asses with just his hands. This is one of the very few times in the franchise where this happens. It only happens in parts 1, 2, some moments in 3, and then it skips to this point. And then it's now happening with Paco in part 9. Shout out my goat though, for real. Can you make an argument for them winning? Because I can't. I genuinely can't.
No.
He's going to steal the ball.
In terms of the toxic gas, that can be condensed, and in terms of hands, they just don't have it comparatively.
Yeah, this is the most uber low diff, negative diff fight I think I've ever seen in this franchise. He's putting them in a wall, and he's just going to take them to Pound Town.
I think this is really funny because we're like bouncing back and forth. They're like, this is where Josuke whoops their ass. This is where Josuke arguably loses. And
he dies.
We had him go against the freaking what goes with Born This Way and skip
Born This Way.
Born This Way, and it's like, oh damn. Then I Am Rock. It's like, okay, smoked. Okay, Doobie Wah. Oh damn. And now we're back
Damn
to
it.
the smoking again. Like, no, these guys are cooked. Which
And to
and then
keep the theme going,
we're gonna
we
go
get to
on into Vitamin C and Damo, and this one, we really have to
one's
figure
hard.
out the damn situation here because it's like, I don't know.
This one, I think this is probably, I'm looking at the list. I think this by far is the most fair matchup, putting it into like fighting video game like perspective. Like these guys, they both have to operate close range. They both have to touch each other in order to heavily damage the other one.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I have to make the comment. We really moved on to the wins that fucking fast. That was so fucking
Oh yeah, they
funny.
suck. Unfortunate.
Okay.
But like, yes.
I know. Going back to Tamaki, the actual one of the better stand users and villains of the part. This is hard because his stand operates so weirdly. Like the fact that Vitamin C can like cover basically nearly the entire Higashikata household, which is fairly large, by the way, and basically murks all the Higashikatas almost at the exact same time, other than Walking Heart and her stand user. This, and also he does almost nearly ice Josuke, by the way, too. He gets touched several times. It's the fact that he didn't touch Vitamin C enough.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to say. Do you think the close range conundrum with Josuke and Crazy Diamond is like difficult here? Depending on the scale, I don't even think depending on the scaling. It's the fact that he's just in close range might be a problem. Honestly,
I think Josuke, for biblically accurate, he's gonna do more with the allotted time he's given.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to think about how this could work with like restoration shit. Cause
I don't think it can.
Because yeah, he can't restore himself at all. But
no, he's cooked. If he gets hit, he's just like Josuke. He's slowly being melted.
I think
If he gets hit in all of his like body parts, he's gone. His legs were toast. It's GG's.
Yeah.
One condition for Tamaki, he hits. Oh god, oh my god, this actually is even worse because he's not some Joe Blow, because he was able to fight Kira and Josefumi, the two halves of Josuke beforehand. Mm-hmm. So he ain't a bitch up close. He can fight. It's just he was being really weird the second time around just because of the bubbles, and I think Josuke, being the fused character he is just a better version than his previous two counterparts. But just regular Josuke is it's weird. I do have to ponder the same way I did with Born This Way. I think fuck. I can't.
Yeah. I was gonna say here's how I think with he needs to lose something. He needs to make contact. Let's say he makes contact with his left arm and he touches one of the vitamin C, like I don't even know what you call it, like streaks, like remnants or whatever. Yeah, like the prints. If and then his arm like goes weak or whatever, right? In that moment, I think what Josuke would realize is like, okay, this is an enclosed space situation. I got to get out of here. And in that moment, he would be able to get out. It would be sort of something like he could shoot off of his leg, like sort of like how Jotaro did with like, like, oh, okay, I'm flying and all that, but he wasn't flying. What I think would genuinely happen though is he's like, okay, Crazy Diamond, I need you to throw the sink out the window or through the wall. And you need to, I'm going to hold like one of the pipes and I'm going to have to restore myself over and to go outside. That's how we beat it, like Enigma, right?
Yeah.
Like he was able to restore.
He has to do some out of the box thinking in order to defeat Vitamin C. Just
yeah,
because of
and
how.
He has to, because all he needs, it can't be, if too much happens at once and he lost. But if he just needs to lose a little bit to win later. Like he has to make contact with an arm or a leg, but nothing about his whole body, because if he does, I don't think he can get saved in any merit because he can't restore himself for any
I think
reason. And he wouldn't.
I
And
think I'd
even
also,
then, Josuke 8
Mhm.
lost technically. Like he
He didn't
understood
win.
that the win con was not him. Like it was him, but
Yeah.
it wasn't him. He's like, I have to pass this off.
Yeah. He has to do something else, which yet again, I have to make the Iraqi ism here, where it's all like, well, technically, couldn't he just have plundered the nearby surfaces or like crazy like tech of it? Soft and Wet originally in the beginning of the part was like super super broken if you think about it, because
Hmm.
yeah, it has a no limits fallacy. Going back to like our older video with like exports is like, could he like take away like the brain waves of the brain or some shit like that? Like, what are the
Oh yeah,
limits of
yeah. We
plunder?
don't have rules. Like it's definitely possible. Like if
Yeah.
we go
So
about to like the full potential of what Soft and Wet had shown us, it was
mhm,
kind of based on his own imagination at this point.
yeah.
And even then,
So I
even if
don't.
he did stuff he did before, it'd be largely different too. Like just turning off the friction would
Yeah.
make everybody slip and slide in general.
Yeah, it could become a massive problem. I think Josuke's only win con in either scenario, power scaling wise, I think is gonna like be long range fighting
Hmm.
with like objects nearby and just like creatively using his environment around him. If not, I do think similar to Doobie Wah, I will give it to Tamaki, because that's like I think Tamaki's biggest win advantage is just close range combat into melting you. I
Yeah.
think it's too deadly even for Josuke. But unless he can big brain it and maybe surround him with like restore like walls or whatever, and like trick Damaki out, which I think Josuke can do that. I think uh, looking at both Gappy and Josuke, I personally do think Josuke is the more creative one in terms of how he uses his stand.
Wait,
So
which
I
one?
think in that case I said Gappy and Josuke, so I'm
Oh,
meaning
okay,
like
okay,
part
okay,
four.
okay. Speak-
I Yeah, I know. It gets take a shot every time we say it. No, not that one. We're doing Wonder View. The Wonder View tracker is in the background. I said it twice now. Take a shot. This one definitely depends. I think so far out of all of them, this is the most closest in terms of all these fights. So I think I'm gonna give it to Vitamin C for the most part, just because of how the stand operates. But if we really wanted to wank Josuke in either scaling scenario, I think he could do it. But you're giving a lot of leeway to Josuke, like a lot of leeway.
Yeah, I can definitely like if I'm seeing this with a little bit less on my more accurate power scaling brain and more so about like how Araki writes.
Mhm,
Obviously, it's like you can just see how the Joestars can win, but it
mhm.
sort of like tells itself like, yeah, this just using certain things from other fights that Josuke has already experienced. I can see how he can set himself up for greatness. The issue is seeing how much like what's the room to failure, like how what else can he fail on. Like it's like, oh, okay, if he loses one arm and engages situation, maybe he could do something there. But like also, but what if he just made way too much contact and he just like starts like, oh, I'm sinking into the
I'm
floor.
I'm melting.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly. Like
melting.
it's a hard call, but I think that if someone is watching this, like at this point, they're going to be like, okay, I can understand like where we're saying that he could win and how much there is the capacity for him to fail here. So something
Yeah.
like Damo winning, it's like it's not really that crazy, especially considering Josuke 8 in his own character, even though about his facilities being good enough, he technically wasn't the one to do it.
Yeah. He big brained it, but he big brained it because he had options nearby.
Yeah.
In order.
I think if you give Josuke freaking Hato, like, yeah, he'd probably
Oh,
figure that out
oh yeah.
too. Like it's the same as like
You know what?
the hell.
I you know what's crazy? In my mind, just because of how bizarre this franchise is, I could imagine Josuke being like, "I'm just gonna throw myself at you to just heavily distract you to set up the woman in the back to beat your ass
Oh
from
yeah,
from
exactly.
long range."
Like
I'm willing
Josuke
to
trusts
sacrifice.
really hard. He's like, don't worry, cause I just made a friend. And Damo's like, what the hell are you talking?
That's a bar right there.
Oh, my brain.
what you're coming towards me, and then like he like psychologically
your shoes are so long.
He's like, and your hair's stupid. He like reverses it on somebody else. You got a comb over, you bitch.
Dude, oh my god, I'm definitely a Josuke agendist at this point, because if Damo was to say, and your hair is stupid, I do think it changed entirely.
Out of everybody to make fun of his hair, like if we're doing hair scaling,
Damo
real
of all
quick,
people talking about hair would be crazy.
I think he would. He seems like the type of guy to actually talk about. I think out of everybody on this list,
I had
it's
Joshu and I have Damo
and
for sure.
it's them. It's them to talk shit. Maybe the twins,
I
but
think
that's already.
yeah, I think maybe the younger one. The
Nah,
younger Eric's brother, yeah.
Yeah, they're both getting folded. That's there's no plate. It's not a nothing burger. There's no plate, dog.
Yeah.
It's over. So I think overall you can give Josuke some ability to go against Vitamin C, but it is I think this is a case by case scenario one. So it's like it's up in the air. I feel like it's pretty. You can argue for either side winning, at least in some regard. I think I would personally give it to Josuke. I think he is smart enough to do some Giga Brain shit, lose an arm, lose one leg. Can't lose both arms or both legs, but he can do some shit in order to like outsmart him. So I think I will give it to him. But I can make arguments in my head for Tamaki. So yeah.
All right, clean.
So clean for that one. I love that one. That was a good little like
that was a solid one.
So Blue Hawaii just gets stomped because Josuke just tracks down the blood. GG's.
That's true, right?
Yeah, I think he can. He's been able to move hands around and affect other stand users' abilities. I think Blue Hawaii, while similar to Highway Star, I think it's just that case again. It's quite literally supposed to be a carbon copy of it. Of course, we can get into the whole semantics of like, well, technically, Blue Hawaii is like one of the most egregious stands because it doesn't follow its own stand rules very well. So you gotta make that clarification of how the ability works. But even then, I think this is just Highway Star 2.0. You just follow till you find Dolomite, and then you just beat his ass there. If anything, I have to make like a little like cutesy scenario. I think maybe depending on how long it's been since he's been hurt, Dolomite can actually probably like become a regular person again. Unironically, one of the better rock humans, FYI. He was just bribed into doing this in order to track down Yasuho and Josuke.
Yeah.
I really don't know what else to say because I also think he can revert people back to their previous state even if they are affected by the stand ability. So I don't know how this fight really is in favor for him in Blue Hawaii. I think Josuke personally has it. I don't think the whole affecting people with like the blood and making kind of zombies is going to be really like crazy here personally.
If I'm thinking about this, like if Crazy Diamond makes contact with the Ute dem, that young kid, and just like hey, chill, like little fucking punch in the face, would
sweep the leg.
Did that? Yeah, exactly. Would that wouldn't poison? That wouldn't infect.
So remember, here's the issue with Blue Hawaii. We can't look at the original manga for like clarification because of how weird the ability is. Because it's like it touches your skin, you become a zombie. No.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually touching your shoe. Now you become a zombie. No. It's the other way around. So there's a lot of like weirdness to the ability, and maybe in post, depending how you look at the stand stat guide it gives, which is just a stand description. Maybe that's how we base this off in post. But genuinely, I still think this fight is just a weaker version of Highway Star. I think Josuke's fine. He has the ability in either scaling you give him just to set up walls or like uninfect somebody, given the long range advantage of how the stand works. So I think he's fine for the most part. And then I do want to clarify it to myself. It's just how I want to say maybe he can't undo the ability or them becoming a zombie like, but I don't know because shouldn't Gappy have been able to do that too? But yet again, that goes into the whole situation with Gappy and Araki not trying to make a really, really powerful overpowered stand with the ability of Plunder. So it's kind of weird. They call them thralls. That is a better way to describe them.
I think, yeah, it's a really weird, it's a really weird thing to go over, but as long as, I mean, Josuke probably, yeah, Josuke 4 probably figures this out just at the kid at this point, right? Like, let's, because what is the what is the actual explanation of the bill? Like, it doesn't say like stands get affected by this, right? Or no?
I it does specify, at least in the majority of this, it is flesh. So it might be one of the cases where it is yet again weird thing with part 8 and having to touch another person for your ability to activate or proc
stuff.
A lot of contact stuff in part 8. Now that we're having this over hour-long discussion looking at these stands individually, if there is, it has to be Josuke's flesh or maybe skin, however you want to say it, the contradiction that it is. If Crazy Diamond can physically harm them without being infected, yet again, I don't see Blue Hawaii being that much of a threat.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this is a Josuke certified Josuke classic dub.
You heal the kid, ask them what the fuck were you on? Oh, this person put an envelope in my. So like, okay, so maybe it's the envelope. Crazy Diamond, look at this shit. Okay, let's find this tooth and where this goes back to, and then he just shows up with Dolomite's like, yo, this your tooth?
What are we doing?
Oh shit, yeah, it is. You know I have to beat the shit out of you right now, though, right?
It's like, man, can you at least heal me afterwards, man?
Yeah, it's like, bro, look at me, man. I'm all fucked up.
I'm a paraplegic. You wouldn't beat a guy with no legs, right? Or arms.
He's like,
shit,
you got a point.
Right about that.
Then he repairs him. Oh shit, wait, you repaired me? Oh, I can turn my life into a whole better thing. It's like, bro, I'm not beat you up.
I'm gonna take off your legs again, twin.
like I'm not pro you. I actually don't like you. It's like, oh damn. I thought you were open minded. I thought you were open to change. We can't change?
I'm gonna aura farm on you. So I guess we can move on to Brainstorm. Now Brainstorm it's just Blue Hawaii again, but it just eats your skin alive, and once it enters your system, you're basically dead. But the problem with this is, do we give Urban Gorilla the pet rock too? Yes or no? I don't know what we want to do here. Because this stand is only effective because of Urban Gorilla's rock animal being able to just like blindside you, and then he goes Brainstorm to your face, pocket fent. So
and this is a situation where we're doing just Josuke, where there was an area where it's Yasuo, Rai, and Josuke 8.
I don't know.
I guess we still do give it to Urban Gorilla, but
okay, you're gonna give him to it?
Yeah.
Give him the rock animal? Okay. I think so if that's the premise, what am I feeling? What am I feeling here? I think if we did like biblically accurate Josuke scaling, I think speed wise, if he were to like go, I'm coming out of the ground right here and I'm gonna use Brainstorm, I think he gets speed blitzed. I one rush and it's over for the both of them.
For sure.
It's how I'm thinking of it. But if it's Josuke comparable to Gappy, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Now we're dealing with shit. If it is the same scenario and Josuke is trying to like, climb stuff and like figure it out, I think it is going to be a very long and drawn out game of cat and mouse. Of course, yet again, restoration not working on Josuke is a massive hindrance. God, it is so annoying. Mm-hmm. But it just depends on how careful Josuke is going to be here. Almost in a way, Brainstorm is very similar to the rats. Mind you, there's 2 rats when they do that whole little outing or going hunting. So I think, damn, I'm scratching my beard too, trying to ponder on this.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this was.
It's weird. This one's a very
more different one.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to maybe Urban Gorilla, just because like if he gets blindsided and you hit him just right, and Brainstorm starts devouring your flesh, unless Josuke has a water bottle on him and he's able to get rid of it. because water's a massive weakness to it. Squirtle would destroy Brainstorm crazy. Mudkip would be able to destroy Brainstorm crazy. Mudkip, use Bubble.
Oh my god, we won!
Ugh. I think this one's scenario dependent. I don't really know what to think about this one. I think I need a little bit of your insight on this one. This is a stumper for metas.
For me, I'm seeing it as like, damn. I think in terms of just pop-ups, like, oh hey, it's me, Urban Gorilla. Like, I understand that Josuke would be able to beat the living shit out of him.
Yeah.
But playing the long game,
yeah, and then spreading out the stand over
would be
time,
so effective. Oh my god. The issue is hold on. I will say though, when it comes down to it, Josuke being like Josuke underground and everything, I think he has more facilities in terms of keeping Urban Gorilla out, and just like he can mind game it further, like because he's like, okay, I'm gonna restore this, pull this down, restore that, do that. Like they can both play the long game, but the issue is Josuke is definitely going to need to approach
Urban Gorilla. No.
More than anything. I just think what if you were to restore Brainstorm, would it go back to Urban Gorilla?
Well, if sheer heart, well, I guess it depends. Now we're have to base our arguments off of how stand rules work. Because if sheer heart attack is Kira's left hand, yes, it's left hand. Maybe you could restore a stand to its person if they're far away enough from it.
It's just like, okay, so you manifested it. Maybe I can make you unmanifest it. Like. And I'm not saying that for all of the brainstorms. I'm saying if as long as he knows that one of them can, then he can set a condition to where it's all like, okay, so I'm gonna strap this like iron rod to it and I'm gonna throw it. Like I'm just going to throw it to where it's directed directly to you, Urban Gorilla. And at that point, I think Josuke would be able to snipe him, like just off of that principle. But that's with the idea that he can restore Brainstorm. If he can't, the fight can just get really drawn out, and it'll be way less advantageous for Josuke.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll default on my opinion. If it's biblically accurate, Josuke, Urban tries to get up close with either Brainstorm or just himself and his rock animal. I think Josuke is just going to speed blitz and just one shot, maybe even fusing him into the ground just for safety measures. But if it's just regular like gappy Josuke, scaling wise, I think I actually will give it to Brainstorm just because I don't think without the extra help, like WinCon there originally within the manga. I think Josuke probably does lose this one. Why are we going back and forth with all the rock human ones? This is so weird.
It's really weird. Like teamwork legit makes the dream work, and by removing Josuke, it changes it up a lot.
Yeah, we don't got the hand or oh my god, all these fights would be such a wash with Koichi. We just we get we get the horses and Act 3, all right. Well, you can't move anybody on the list. Time to beat your ass.
Bro, in fucking Act 2, I found his ass, bro. He's over there.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering if we wanted to give like an alternate scenario win conditions with like help, Josuke or Okuyasu would all make these fights extremely trivial. Josuke would win them all basically, even against Wonder Review when we get to that one. Scary. Ooh, Boogeyman. So yeah, I think it's this is a toss-up case for Brainstorm. Just depends on the scenario.
Yeah.
And to break the chain, we get to Ozone Baby. I'm gonna be real with you here. I think poor Tom beats his ass. I don't think he wins because yet again, this is a case where even looking at it originally, where Josuke finds a scenario where Jobin is in, it's like, well, you can't get to the Lego house where, or the Lego White House, which poor Tom is holding at the very end of the scenario. It's like Josuke needs to get closer with his bubble, and we see the moment that with Mamazuka Rai, when the bubble is popped, Ozone Baby ability, if you don't know, pressurizes the area. Basically, too much pressure on the human body will basically cause it to fucking die. And when it's not in a pressurized area, you get pressurized disease, where you will slowly die because there's no pressure, and there's a whole bunch of bodily functions. You'll just slowly die over time in a non-vented room. The only way to prevent that is to basically open and close a pressurized area to make you feel normal. And this thing has a massive range. It has like 300 meters to it or some shit like that. Ozone Baby's like fucking nuts. It's crazy. Ozone Baby low key kind of hyper lethal in most fighting scenarios. So I'll be honest with you. I think very similar to Doobie Wah. If in close proximity and Josuke is not spamming, like making a surrounding thing around him every couple feet or whatever with Crazy Diamond, just like just making like a hallway for himself or some shit like that to get closer to poor Tom. If it's not that scenario, I'm gonna be honest, 100% metas on my heart, on my life. I think Ozone Baby clears Josuke. Like, I genuinely can't make up an excuse for him not to win just because of how the ability works. It's way too big. You have to constantly find an environment to where you feel normal. Either or, you're in an enclosed space, you will die to pressure. If you're in an open space, you will die to unpressure disease, or whatever the technical name of it is. You in post will throw it up screen. So it's just like you have to be close to poor Tom. If that's not the case, and poor Tom sets this up correctly, I guess that maybe is the case where you can say, well, you have to give poor Tom advantage in setting up the building around them. But you don't even have to do that, because he can just have it in his hand. And as the closer you get to him, the worse it gets. So it's like, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give it to Ozone Baby. Like, even as I think this out loud, I can't make a case where he beats him unless it's close proximity and Josuke kind of big brains it. But if you give poor Tom advantage here, he's in a long enough distance and Josuke can't figure that out quick enough, he's just gonna die, sadly.
Yeah, yeah. I think it requires levels of brain power where
do you think Josuke could do it? Yeah, I get you.
Like, it didn't. No one. It's such a specific scenario, like this is something where it's like, okay, especially because Josuke has had fights where he has his friends in there too, and they make it way easier comparatively speaking, like Highway Star. Something like this where it's just all up to Josuke, because this is a stand that had like effectively been beating everybody.
It beat everydy's ass. Everybody was
losing to poor Tom.
Yeah, poor Tom like soloed the whole household. Even then, it beat Speed King. Like, that whole argument we had with
Speed King. We had him. Speed King was arguable.
Yeah, with Josuke.
We had someone who was like, it wasn't even close. Like, you can't beat up the stand like that.
I have to glaze poor Tom. Crazy.
Which is crazy. I am.
Fuck, wait a minute. Oh my god, I'm figuring this out now. He's just like Born This Way. He had to get killed by Toru. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't make an argument for Josuke unless it's like super like Josuke figures out the whole pressurization thing.
We can barely make an argument with regular Josuke. Like, this is
Josuke had to get up close, had to like pop his bubble, throw out a whole bunch of bubbles at him willy-nilly, just in case he could hit him and get like a whole fear factor with poor Tom to even get him in that scenario. But like, he technically didn't even need to do that. He still was gonna win. Like, poor Tom could have easily popped Josuke's bubble and could have ended up like Mamazuku. He got fear checked in that case. But yet again, Wonder View still killed poor Tom. Toru still killed poor Tom at the end of that. Like, Josuke was literally getting carried by his bubble ability, being able to be in an enclosed space. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give it to poor Tom here. Like, out of everybody so far, definitively, poor Tom is like number one. Yeah, I don't think Josuke
was like
win.
The worst one, I think.
Yeah, like he totally clears.
man. Damn, no, it's
Yeah.
actually not close.
My
I don't
goat's
think so.
washed, man. My goat's washed. His first like definitive listing.
Like, this
It's
is
like
crazy.
21.
And it's poor Tom. But like, if anyone else was in this situation,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be easy.
No. Even if we gave him shit, for the sake of argument, if we're doing these videos for watch time, if you did give him Okuyasu or even Koichi, I still don't think that would change the outcome.
Yeah.
Oh, you made him get closer to you. Are you in an enclosed space or not? Oh, you have now made the pressurization effect even worse.
Yeah.
Oh, you've used Echo's Act 3 to freeze him in place. It doesn't stop the stand ability. It's not gonna work. You have to basically give him. God, I don't even know if that would end up working, because does the pressurization ability still activate in Frozen Time with Jotaro? I have to give Jotaro to him in this scenario for Josuke to win. Like, I can't make an argument for Josuke here. Like, poor Tom clears. Like, holy
You know
shit.
how close you would have to be? No, let's say that the time stop isn't affected by the pressure thing. You know how close you would have to be? Like, he has 5 seconds.
Two in part 4. We're not
two
even
in
getting
part
him full.
Nah, dog. He wouldn't be able to
There's
get there
no way.
anyways.
You'd have to snipe him. The only win con Josuke has before the pressurization kills him, which, granted, I won't lie, I was glazing poor Tom a little bit too much here. It does take a little bit of time. So if Josuke is able to snipe him like Rat, is his only win condition. Other than that, it's too far stacked in poor Tom's favor. So it's kind of GG's. I won't lie, audience. This is the definitive maybe poor Tom victory here, like 95% of the time.
God, little
Like,
weird ass guy, man.
You know what's crazy though? He gets puss. Like, he's kind of swagged out. He's dripping.
I'm not giving him goddamn swag.
What you fuck that guy. Real rock humans are all bad. They're all terrible individuals. They're all terrible.
There's some of the motherfuckers, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so Dr. Wu? Dr. Wu, I think it's a wash for Josuke. Like, I think he's going to... I understand that Dr. Wu's going to try to keep on breaking down and breaking down and breaking down. But as long as Josuke can have a singular piece, which is definitely going to happen, because if he's going to try to be in Josuke's body regardless... Crazy Diamond's gonna be like, well, I can get him out pretty easily. Like, you can't restore Josuke, but you can restore foreign objects. Like, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
So
I think
he gets all put back together and beat his ass.
Yeah, it's a killer queen scenario here where you can revert it to a previous state. So Dr. Wu goes from I'm inside your body, Josuke, at the worst case scenario, and it's like, oh no. Restoration. Now you're out of his body, and now you're just beating his ass because he's not in his dust form. Now you beat him there. But I guess you could argue with Dr. Wu is like, well, can you even like physically harm him like that to a degree? But I can't even say that, because thinking out loud, yet again, I'm gonna fuse you into the ground.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm like, he's gonna Angelo him.
Yeah.
If he knows he can't beat him up like that, he's just gonna Angelo him.
Yeah, and the thing is there too, because of rock human biology, thank God I know this, you can actually suffocate him to death because of how they operate, looking back at I'm a Rock's fight there with Josuke. So if he actually fuses him to the ground, he could suffocate him, so on and so forth. So I have to agree. Yeah, I think this is a Josuke win. God, the juxtaposition is so hilarious.
We literally just bounce back and forth. Like, it's genuinely so funny how we keep doing this.
Yeah. It started off with Josuke's wins, and then it ends off with Josuke wins. But like every so often, it's Jesus Christ. Josuke might actually get clapped here. He needs assistance.
No, part 8 really has some hitters. It's kind of crazy.
So, do we want to do Mago Man and Love Deluxe, or do we just want to hop into the torment of what Wonder Review is going to do to his ass? What do you want to do?
So the shakedown shit, you're not shaking me down. It's Josuke. I don't think it's possible to shake him down like that.
Josuke respects women. He's not gonna go to. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce her name. I had a problem with her when I was discussing this in a different part 8 video.
Carrera.
Carrera.
I'm thinking about it Japanese, so it's like Kare.
Yeah.
And Ra, so like Carrera, probably. I think so.
Yeah. It's just her stance is basically original to the Love Deluxe before, but I think Josuke wins in that scenario. The leaves. What are you gonna do? You're just swapping in different places. Oh no, my wallet's gone. Restoration.
Yeah, exactly. He just brings it back to himself. He's not losing shit like
So,
that.
nothing burger fights. Mar-Largo, man. I don't know.
Malargo Man's a good ass question though.
But the only thing here is somebody has to steal your money. In this day and age, just go up to a scammer, you know? Go to the place with the leaves and just get your money stolen there if Josuke knows about it beforehand.
I think
This
so.
is a
That would
different
probably
one.
have to be it. Like he has to get back, and if he's gonna keep on, he would be getting chased by money in like open areas if he's just outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that then he can't get suffocated. He'd like he can get back to he can for sure get back to Shakedown Road.
Do you think you could restore all the money or all the flow of money coming to him to its original spot just to reset it?
Just to give himself
Giving
some
him
time.
No.
It's
I think
it's gonna show up in surplus at that point, but I think yeah, he can give himself enough time to get over there.
yeah, I think Josuke could do it. I think if he knows of the curse, has like, if we give him the same situation Joshu did, like most of the stand fights we've been giving him, I think Josuke could beat Malargo, man. This isn't like a really hyper difficult fight like Ozone Baby or Vitamin C. It's just a time based fight. If Josuke figures it out, he'll be able to do it. Just go up to a shady individual and be like, "Look how much money I have. Take the goddamn thing."
Is it just stealing or like I know
I think
that they tore the money too, right? Like wasn't that
Yeah.
like the thing?
You have to steal it, then you have to tear up money. You have to basically say, "I don't want money. Money is not my lifestyle."
How would they?
Yep.
I know they're gonna steal the money, but tearing it is a different thing. They have to accidentally tear something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like that. They have to accidentally tear something.
Well, I think Malarg. I think he could eventually defeat Malarg.
Yeah, he could.
If
I
Josh
think
can
so.
do it, Josuke can do it. If
He would also
we're
be
gonna
able to
use
break down the money into like
Wonder of You.
other stuff. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip it. All right. So
Let's-
how
let's-
bad
all
how bad
right,
do you,
all right, all right.
how bad how
Let's-
bad do you want to glaze Josuke here, or how bad do you want me to just do Wonder of You? What do you want me to do here?
Look,
you have
here,
two options.
I'm going to
Glaze
give my
him or
best.
maybe give him a win con.
I'm gonna give my best possible things to Josuke. So, let's say this, right? Toru, just he, like when he was walking up the stairs, he accidentally like he
It was reactive pursuit. He dies.
fuck his shoe slipped and a piece of his shoe cracked off, and Josuke knows about this because he's the smartest person ever, and he found this piece of the shoe and he's like, I'm gonna make this go back to him and kill him. Unfortunately, he
It's
died.
reactive pursuit.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, he died. Even in the most zaniest,
He's getting cooked.
in
There's
the most
literally
zaniest sense of what Josuke could be possible, like what he could do, it would have to like, even if he approaches without intention, all of his stuff is physical.
yeah. It all has you have to it. I can't make an argument. There was like one time where you could like
wash at this point though.
oh yeah, it's not even fair. I'm not even using the like the gappy like the Josuke the gappy like like power scaling here. I'm giving him full biblical accurate Josuke high tier scaling compared to Jotaro. It's still not working. It's like Wonder Review biblically accurate Wonder Review is just so stupidly overpowered that I the only win con scenario I can make for Josuke is that like Josuke puts Wonder Review in front of him or Toru in front of him, and like the piece of glass he touched earlier or the piece of his clothing he touched earlier, like a sharp piece or whatever, one of the buttons
Yeah.
is behind Josuke and says, I'm just going to restore my button to my thing, and it just like goes through his brain, like the whole inanimate object thing to kill Toru argument, which is something I popularized, is the only way to kill him. Other than that, there is no feasible way for Josuke in any scenario to kill Toru or Wonder View. Even if he kills Toru, Caleb, even if he
It
kills
would
him,
still like Wonder View is its own
Wonder View is
thing.
still there. He will still kill him. There is no object in Josuke's arsenal to defeat Wonder View. Even if you were able to fuse him to the wall or an animate object, Wonder View would still be persistent as a law of the JoJo SBR universe, or maybe the law of just how both universes genuinely work. Wonder View cannot be killed by Josuke in this scenario. He is just too overpowered.
Yeah.
Like Araki says in that in the volume 28 statement, one of like the most definitive guides. There's two ways to interpret Wonder View. He's either the strongest villain that scales off of all the other previous villains, or he's just the strongest stand who fought a Josuke with the best counter at the time. Which, mind you, yet again, looking back at all these scenarios, if it wasn't for his friends setting up the cause to defeat him, he might have not been able to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like Toru might just get,
like the last alley-oop from Yasuo. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that shit came in clutch. Because if that wasn't the case, because remind me here, Josuke didn't know who Toru, or Gappy, I should say. Hold on, let me say that. Gappy didn't know who Toru's face was, right? He only knew the head doctor in Wonder View.
Yeah, so I think so. Yeah.
Well, in a sense, if he didn't get Dwayne Waded, that iconic picture, the layup from LeBron James, my GOAT, they would have lost. Toru would have got the fruit and skedaddled off into the wider universe,
and made all the money possible. Teamwork. Dude, I'm happy to make this point in JoJolion, like just to tell everyone, like, yo, teamwork had to make the dream work. Like, we understand that there's like certain things we're just like, oh, okay, it was the Jotaro show with like part 3 and stuff. And then over time, we're like getting really into like the bag of like, you know, like Josuke really needed this person. Giorno really needed the help of Mista. And JoJolion really needed Weather Report in this situation. Like, teamwork matters so much more in these situations.
Even more so than even in part 7 fighting Valentine.
Yeah, like,
and that shit was even cracked then. Like, I might make another Wonder Review video after this Kira one when this comes out. Because the fact of the matter is, you can't kill this guy. You really can't. And when eventually, if you're watching this first before my Kira video, in my Kira video, we're gonna end up having to talk about the whole like bites the dust infinite loop scenario when we get to it. So to give Josuke a bit more grace here, just to give him everything, I still think with Jotaro, with Okuyasu, with Koichi, the main 4, I still don't think he wins. Because even in the previous video I did in that same scenario, somebody has to die, if not multiple people die. What the fuck is Koichi doing against Wonder View? Like, genuinely, like, think about that. What is my sweet darling boy going to do against Satan himself, Satan's greatest soldier here? Oh, you're gonna put Wonder Review in place? Too bad. There's a rocket from, I don't know, outer space about to hit your ass. What? Oh, Okuyasu tries to use the hand in order to delete Wonder View from existence. Too bad. There was already calamity coming to you in the first place. Like, sure, the no limit fallacy that Wonder View or the hand has, thanks to a Rocky statement from the JoJo Beller, can argue that he might be the only one to do it. But remember, Okuyasu's an idiot, and I don't think he'd get that close in that scenario to begin with. And then we have to deal with the whole situation with Jotaro. How does Calamity work within Frozen Time? We've seen Frozen Time go up against other Frozen Times and how Calamity can affect you in Frozen Time. We've seen Magnets do their work against Dio, and Dio starts freaking out. So who knows? Calamity might work in Frozen Time somehow. Jotaro accidentally steps on a rock in Frozen Time. Oh no, my back hurts. Because it manipulates the logic of the universe. It's a hard call.
I just thought of something. If time stop isn't affected by Calamity for whatever reason, or let's say even if it is, right, this situation, right, they would have to agree. It would have to be like this. Okay, Okuyasu, I want you to use the hand when I say 3. You're not thinking about Toru, right? Yeah, no, I'm totally not thinking of him. And then he looks at him like it has to be. He has to like legit to get
Close
to the
your
point.
eyes and just. I'm only scraping the space.
You have to tell him like, dude, you're not focused on anything. Just swipe,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to be. He has to totally mean it. Like you have no intent on anything. You're just using the hand. And then Jotaro would have to stop time, physically pick up Okuyasu, run over to where Toru is, and then place him there, and then time is unfrozen, and then swipe.
We have
He
to do
got-
the
he
only
got him
way
right
to
there.
beat Wonder Review. The only way to beat Wonder Review is giving time stop credit, saying that Calamity doesn't affect it in frozen time, and doing a Looney Tunes ass situation.
Yep, just like how
without
Dio was
Josuke.
picking up Polnareff and putting him down the stairs. You have to
Yes.
pull out and first of all, I just can't believe that
Yeah, this is
Okuyasu
too
can
crazy.
remove intent. I don't think he's capable of it in his brain.
No,
I love
he'd
him
be
to death.
thinking
Like
about
I
it.
just don't think he can turn it off.
I love my Morio warriors, my silly little goobers, but when you're fighting Satan's greatest soldier, bro, you're not gonna beat him.
It is.
You can't beat him. Like the scenario in which you have to set up to defeat Wonder View is crazy. Koichi's useless unless he's like putting Toru in place. He's eventually gonna die.
No, three
Jo-
freeze is going to have to be used on somebody, and he just can't use it on Toru. Like I don't know how he would be able to effectively use it.
Somebody is dying, if not multiple people are dying.
Yeah.
Josuke can only save one person. Genuinely, it's going to be Jotaro, it's going to be Koichi, it's going to be Okuyasu. One or more, if not all three of them, have to die in order to get Wonder Review. You can kill the main body of Toru, but then you have to guarantee Okuyasu surviving in order to get rid of like the remnant Calamity.
Yeah.
But remember, there's so many loopholes you have to get to in order to do it. Like it's plausible, but remind to the audience, you have to get 3 other stand users, give them all like a crazy amount of like, I don't think Calamity would work in that scenario. I don't even know, because you might be able to like upscale thanks to that volume 28 statement from
we also have
Araki.
the karmic shit. Like I think Okuyasu's in debt, low key. Like I understand he does great shit, but he's probably in debt.
Oh yeah, it's I take a shot. You're probably drunk by now.
Yeah.
There's no way on it. Remember, you're cooked. Wonder Review. Yeah, it's a wash. I think overall, coming to the conclusion of this video, 2 hours. Jesus, have fun, Caleb, editing them post.
Josuke,
Cut
he did pretty good. Like
He clears. I'll do this off rip in order. Nut King Call win. Paper Moon King win. California King Bed win. Walking Heart win. Speed King. It's a toss up. I probably would give it to Josuke for the most part. Walking Three Leaves win. Space Trucking win. Fun win. Born This Way. I'm gonna give it to Born This Way. I Am a Rock. Josuke win. Doobie Wah, depending on the scenario. So that's like a draw 50-50 scenario.
Yeah.
The Twins, Nothing Burger Ass Fight, Josuke win. Vitamin C, depends on the scenario.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, I would give it to Vitamin C personally. Depends. Blue Hawaii, Nothing Burger of a Fight. It's a worser version of Highway Star. Brainstorm could depend. This is a depending scenario. This might be also a 50-50, just like Doobie Wah. Ozone Baby immediately clears. Too much going on here. One of the crazier stands. Yes. Dr. Wu, I would give it to Josuke. Love Deluxe. We barely talked about her. It's just like part 4. I would probably give it to Josuke there. The Leaves, because I can't pronounce the French way of saying it. Nothing Burger Fight. Mago Man would take a while, but I would give it to Josuke. And of course, getting to Wonder Review, it's like a mega ultra turbo wash of destruction for Satan's greatest soldier, Wonder Review. He only loses if you giggle wank the part 4 crew. So not Josuke, and not even being the main factor of winning. It's the other 3 who have to contribute most to the group, and wanking time stop. Even though there might be an argument saying that Wonder Review actually, it still affects him even there. Yeah, it's not even like remotely close. He gigabrains him. Somebody is dying in that scenario. So yeah, it's what, like 20 to like, or like 18 to 3 lost, so pretty good overall, I would have to say, honestly.
Like he did as good as he could do. Like certain matchups just aren't for. If we put anybody else, like a lot of these other stand user protagonists and all that, it wouldn't do that well either.
Yeah.
Granted, we gotta do one day. We gotta do something for like Poochie. Like Poochie runs the gauntlet with just a whole bunch, like just like Whitesnake, Sea Moon. We don't even have to use Maiden Heaven for a lot of.
We have another video for December. Yippee!
Yeah, high key.
Dude, they would. Oh my! You know what? Here's a good video. We can just, like take this out in post. We're just saying it out loud. What are you feeling? How are you feeling about your goat here after this long battle, which is weird thinking about it, comparing it to part 3. Part 3 he clears for the most part, but part 8 was more difficult just because of the stand abilities.
Yeah,
not just the overall.
I tried my best to be a Josuke 4 Glazer because I feel like he's really underlooked in general, but. You know, I'm happy he did the best that he could, and especially seeing Part 8 stuff, I think Part 8's never going to truly get the, this part was broken. Like, it's never going to get that respect, especially not until it's, like, animated or something, and even then, I still think that people are going to be like, but Part 3s look bigger, and they look more brawlic, and it's like, ugh, whatever, dude.
My epitaph is kicking in, and I can already see somebody making a video why Part 8 villains are underrated.
Yeah, see,
it might be me.
Exactly.
Look at Ozone Baby. Look at Doobie Wah. Look at Wonder Review. Look at Speed King. Like some of these guys are definitely Vitamin C. Some of these guys are like extremely lethal. Maybe it's a good thing we don't have light speed scaling in the SBR verse, unless you want to give it to them. Looking at alternate world Diego and Wonder Review scaling. Relativistic speeds might be actually a thing. Thank God they don't have the stats, because if they had the stats, Part 8 might be too much for a lot of these.
Speed King was massively faster than Light, I'm doing like Speed King versus JJK tomorrow for the shit of it. Like this
Sukuna versus the fruit selling man. Who wins? It might be Speed King.
Bro touches the board. Who my face?
I got a video for you for December. Just can we talk about how the fact that you have multiple? I've seen on Instagram Reels and on TikTok of people making fun of the whole like, yeah, of course the Admirals, and then JJK loses to the Joestars.
Oh my god, I know they love that. They're just all like, bro, why would you even? And I'm like, bro, click the damn channel. I'm a JoJo channel. Like, what the fuck do you want? Like, they're like, bro, bro, you thought the Admirals. I'm like, dog. I'm like, why is it with that frame? But I do love how they're just like, oh, it's such a watch. I'm very happy to be a part of a franchise where people are just like, oh no, that's one of the broken ones. And I'm like,
yeah. I like how sometimes in like some TikTok comments it's all like, yeah, so Wonder Review versus dog. Don't do that. Don't make me bust out the scaling, man. You don't want
one. Doing a video on Wonder Review without explaining Wonder Review, you can make the video like 2 minutes long. But once you explain it and then explain why it whoops them, it turns into like a 38-minute video.
Yeah, almost in a weird way, thanks to Araki with that Volume 28 statement, you can argue that Toru is actually just the composite version of all the villains together. Because it's just like he just scales off of all of them. Like, what do you do against that? Like, he doesn't have the vampiric, generation from like Dio or Pucci or Dio or Cars, but it's just like, what do you want from him? He's just gonna destroy everybody. Mm-hmm. Like he does too much. And against villains too, the whole karmic stuff, he does more damage against people with bad karma. It's over.
The like, karmic shit is such a broken part of the ability, and it's so unfortunate because people are like, bro, I thought all the fate manipulation logic shit was the broken part. It's like, bruh, it
gets worse if you're evil.
It's worse. This guy is a full course meal, man. Like, he has so much in one stand. It's not right.
If you're leaving this all in the video just for watch time, audience member, if they make somebody stronger than Wonder Review, you will see it the next day from me. I will make a video in less than 15 hours to explain to you why this character beats Wonder Review. If it happens, it might be the day of revelation. I don't know what.
No, it would fucking take like it's gonna take months because then they're gonna drop one chapter and like, is this character more broken than Wonder of You? And then you get the next chapter explaining even more, and then the next month bro.
I already could tell you off of just the panel of, if you even think about pursuing him, he'll kill you. And the raindrop scene, I already knew he was strongest. I already put my money in Wonder of You bucks. I literally profited off of it multiple times. And even now, we're talking about it, and I'm gonna do it again with Kira. So we'll see you in my video if you go over there, or maybe you're watching this vice versa, and you've already seen this part.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like or that. So it's crazy, man. It's to put Wonder View in the thumbnail, Caleb, against Josuke, and we'll get you infinite money glitch Wonder View.
We'll try. I'm definitely putting him in the thumbnail for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll record my video tomorrow. This is a 2-hour-long video. I hope this bangs. I hope this bangs, and you get infinite money. Mago Man in real life.
Oh my god, this shit's 2 hours long. All right, so Metas, say bye.
Bye, everybody. I hope you liked the video. Go watch mine.
Thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Until then,
stay hydrated.
Peace out and Godspeed.